And I just went to my local Foodland, which I believe is a subsidiary of a Sobeys, okay? I live in a small populated town. I went to buy my coffee that is generally anywhere from $12 to $15 for a one that big. $26 fucking dollars.
This was $12 fucking dollars. This was $12.
Hyperinflation is an economy killer, not just an economy killer, it is a country killer. We're going to talk about it in today's video in relation to Canada. Canada is a place that's seen massive amounts of price increases over the last few years since the pandemic, whether it's all of the stimulus spending, the deficits, the high tax rates, and now on top of that we have tariffs. It's kind of like the perfect storm for a really horrible economic disaster to be unraveling here in this country. So we're going to be talking about that very subject today, hyperinflation. Let's discuss it with a bunch of TikToks relating to this topic when it comes to prices going up.
Okay, I am so sorry, but when did a size small become this? Are we fucking joking right now? Guys, I just got an iced latte and an iced matcha latte from Bridgehead. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to go to Starbucks. I'm going to go to Bridgehead, you know, we'll mix it up. Canadian business, local business. This was $12 fucking dollars. This was $12. This is half the size of Starbucks' smallest size. Same price. It took every ounce of me to just walk out and not say anything because I wanted to be like, excuse me?
It's like a sample cup.
This is like what you give a dog. This is like a puppuccino size. What the fuck is this? This is a size for a dog. Hey, Chewy! This is a Chewy sized latte. I'm shook. I'm speechless. What is this bullshit?
It's literally like the cups that you use at an establishment in a really hot day where you have a little filter of water and people come in out of the streets, and when they're ordering something, they say, hey, would you like a cup of water to go with that? And they just have this free little cup of water. That's the size of what you're getting right there. It is tiny. I would guess probably 200 milliliters in there if I had to put a guess on it, but it might even be less than that.
The Canadian Federation of Independent Business is raising a warning flag that Canada's economy could be in for a rough go. The quarterly report forecasts the economy dropped 0.8% in Q2, and it could lead to a further fall, 0.8%, in the third quarter. Were that to happen, Canada would be in a technical recession.
But they'll never call it a recession, right? You know, as long as you're not calling it a recession, we can just keep going with the status quo and we can just pretend like nothing's bad, nothing's out of sorts. Unemployment rate is close to 10%, but no, it's fine. No, we're not in a recession. Not yet, because the news hasn't told you that yet. Make up your mind, figure out whether or not you think we're in a recession. I think Canada is already in a recession, and I think if it keeps heading down this route, at the end of the year, we're probably going to be in a depression.
I just went grocery shopping, and until I get a paycheck on August 30th, I am using a credit card for groceries for the next couple of months. And that credit card was declined today. So I had to use our debit card for groceries, which left us with nothing to pay our bills, which means that I had to go dip into savings, which our savings is there to pay our rent for the next 2 months until I start getting a paycheck. So I'm really stressed out. And if this like TikTok thing and making money online thing could like take off, now would be the time, because we are running out of money.
The good thing is at least she planned ahead. This is someone who at least had the foresight to have a savings account where they can start putting money aside that they can use on a rainy day or like in a case of an emergency or anything like that. It looks like she's already at that stage right now when it comes to just buying groceries. Buying groceries is putting Canadians in debt.
I'm in the grocery store right now. I'm just like looking around. I'm looking at my list of stuff and I'm just like, oh yeah, so I gotta get some almond butter. Oh yeah. What? $10 off? $14 little jar of butter? That is ridiculous, but it's $10 off. I think I might buy like 4 of these. So I bought 5 of them.
You know it's bad when a company and a grocery store has to literally take $10 off because no one is spending those ridiculous prices on almond butter. $14 on a small little container of almond butter? No wonder they had to put it on sale. And I honestly think that he probably should have even passed even at that price. I don't know. I don't buy almond butter, to be honest, but I do think that $14 is utterly ridiculous. Even $4 to $5 is kind of pushing it.
I need a moment of your fucking time. I live in Ontario, Canada. Like, things are tight for everybody, right? 2025, tariffs, yada, yada, yada. I'm a coffee drinker. And I just went to my local Foodland, which I believe is a subsidiary of a Sobeys, okay? I live in a small populated town. I went to buy my coffee that is generally anywhere from $12 to $15 for a one that big. $26 fucking dollars. 26 bucks for coffee. What the fuck? When? Like, I think that's fucking disgusting. Will I stop drinking coffee? No. Did I buy some fucking bag of no-name shit that's probably gonna taste like ass? Yep. An addict's gotta do what an addict's gotta do.
Now, I would say to try to give up coffee, but honestly, coffee is so addicting, and I personally drink a lot of coffee, so it would be like calling the kettle black. So I don't think anyone should be quitting coffee. If you really enjoy coffee and it gets your day started properly, then I think you should be drinking coffee. But the problem is, coffee prices in Canada have been raising so much that any store that has any sort of coffee that you can get that's ground up in a tin, you're looking at like a baseline now of $20. These used to be under $10 like 5 to 6 years ago. Now you're paying double. That's like hyperinflation territory on coffee. Now let's look at these groceries here in Toronto. What do you guys think this is actually worth? What do you think they spent on these groceries right there? If you said $27.45, you'd be correct, but I doubt you actually pick that number. That is actually insane for those groceries. What about this? We have a $7 here for some hash browns, $5.79 for some coffee cream, and then we're looking at Philadelphia dips. Okay, $7.49 for that. $14.49 for crappy pre-baked ham, the Schneider's garbage stuff. And then we have $7.29 for some nice jam right there, Smucker's jam. And then we have Nutella here for $7.49. What is going on? Peanut butter now is almost $7, $6.49. This is the prices of Canadian groceries. This is the prices of potentially hyperinflated prices at Canadian grocery stores and just places in general in Canada, as we saw some examples here from coffee shops to grocery stores, and then also some economic data as well, showing that technically we're in a recession, but they're not calling it a recession yet. Leave your thoughts down below about this video's subject, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.